Greetings everyone, and Great here with another, I'm going to try to say Age of Empires, Couple Euros 2 replay, straight from Live Games Lobby. Spawn top left side as a blue OKW player, we got Kaiser. Spawn on bottom right side as the red British, we got a foreign name. Intersection and Volkswagers both been put on the field. We do have immediate doctrine lock-in, Overwatch doctrine, so we may see some Jaeger light infantry, not necessarily now, but relatively soon. Second squad infantry section deployed on the field. Could see Royal Engineers, Royal Artillery, or Mobile Assault Regiment. And I've got a Brennan carrier now being employed in the field as well. Another Volksgrenadiers as well. Looks like overall pretty much a standard game. Volksgrenadiers almost built on the field. Sandbags will be built. June Pioneers captured that standard strategic point, mission and fuel sector over here. Because they will find each other relatively soon. June Pioneers can't pull down heavy cover. And the intersection will be playing off some heavy cover. We'll get some shots down the June Pioneers. Going to advance way forward. May just want to find some light cover and stop advancing. He does go ahead and get back to light cover there. Removing the debuff there. Took some damage upon the advance. But looks like it does force back the intersection, no problem.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
I'll lay down a bit of wire there to onto those sandbags. Doesn't need to fully capture the point, could just simply decapture and go. Got the intersection heading up north. Folks gonna just moving around. And now got the universal carrier moving around. Royal Engineers on the build queue.
RE sappers reporting in.
Volkswagen now push way forward. He is saving up some resources. Due now the battle group HQ being pulled out nice and early. I didn't even see him deploy the Europeans or the SWS half track. And by the time that gets built, that will give him a decent amount of experience. And with this conflict here, he should be at one command point for some Jaeger light infantry. We got the Volkswageners engaging the intersection relatively close. Got a regular Royal Engineers now pulling the field. Another intersection being on the build queue as well. Of course, the Royal intersection is behind some good heavy cover, but does take some losses. Intersection lay down some sandbags. We kind of work around the build queue. Looks like he really wants that Brendan carrier down, and just going for some medics now at the battle group HQ. I see lots of sandbags being built and some landmines. Down south, we got the Strom Pioneers do fall back away from the universal carrier. The kind of warfare now pulling the field. We'll probably see some, Jaeger infantry relatively soon. He has enough munitions to blow that out alive, but probably won't see that. Volkswageners push way forward. Got the universal carrier not being upgraded for anything just yet. He is going for the Vickers now. The Warfare gets a direct hit there. He is going to remain arc for a moment. Fires a shot, rolls a miss there. Sappers get a nice close range. Volkswageners should be able to focus fire and force it back, but we'll take some losses there. The kind of warfare push way forward, Brendan carrier keeping this distance, and since the sappers are now falling back, it'll be a bit of time before it gets fully repaired. Force fire the ground right there, unsuccessfully. It will take time to destroy the sandbags, very nice. Up north, we do now have the Strom Pioneers forcing back the intersection, who's already slightly wounded. And we're likely to see some Jaeger light infantry relatively soon. Does actually activate the mechanized battle group, so we may go for an asset here before going for some Jaeger light infantry. He now has enough manpower for Jaeger light infantry. And where was that landmine built again? Right there. Volksrunners will not find it. 3 models as well, so he will survive a landmine detonation. Volksrunners do get behind some heavy cover. Well, they won't get suppressed. They just simply just get damaged enough to be forced back. They're out of range. The intersection does find the Volcano Warfare. Landmines have not been found. We got another staff push forward. We do have the Vickers K upgrade. Jaegerline 3 with G43 now floating the field. Volksrunners coming for a flank. Could probably spend some munitions on getting some STGs. He's a lot of free damage there. He does have medics at home, so if his guys get too wounded, he needs to get the upgrade. Gets a good shot there. Sherman Pioneers could try charging way forward, but will not. The Volcano Warfare will fall back there. Should be able to skip on out there. Probably won't get wiped on out, but still a possibility could. Intersection does fall back here. And he's going to keep on running. Going to keep on chasing. And maybe one more volley could have wiped him out, but he does escape nonetheless. Sherman Pioneers pretty forward, getting ripped apart from getting hit by 2 sources. Now we've got the officer now being employed on the field. We do not see any medics for the British player just yet. Is any grenade there?
Commander abilities ready. Combat unit ready.
Another Jaegerline infantry now employed in the field. Very nice. I think you should get out SW's half-track relatively soon so you can start getting the sheer pants quarters deployed on the field. It needs a little bit more fuel for it, of course, but at least getting the half-track will offload the build time and construction time. Jaegerline infantry engaging the intersection at close range. Since they're not in cover, they will have their combat debuff. Volksrunners take a bit of damage there.
Enemies trying to take a point from us.
Jaegerline infantry gets a good volley onto the assault section.
Repairs complete.
Our supply line's broken.
Loaded up and
Though he did spend some munitions on their crew repair ability rather than using staffers to get some free
Enemy causing
repairs.
trouble, trying to
Volksrunners
take one
could
of our
find that
points.
landmine. Now we got the Sherman Pioneers taking some damage. Assault officer does take some fire as well. Vickers and intersection over this region. While we do have the sapper falling back there, the landmine still not discovered. Jaegerline infantry taking some fire there. Looks like there's only one usable window. There's other windows covered.
Supply hub getter is ready for orders.
So polish it back out the garrison. Medic now being blown up by the Brits.
Command level capabilities ready for deployment.
You're now the intersection getting some nice passive healing there. Vickers does get inside the garrison. No access to infiltration grenades. It's not scavenge doctrine. Right, this intersection here. Jaegerline infantry does get suppressed and forced on back. Vickers and Jaegerline infantry falls back. Got the Volksrunners and Sherman Pioneers moving around. Let's see now. Sheer Panzer Quarters now being built. Landmine finally got found, and do now have the heroic charge activated on this intersection. Falls back the Sherman Pioneer, though a stun grenade could have been useful. There's far too many units there to make it for the Jaegerline infantry to deal with, even with the stun effect. Jaegerline infantry does fall back there.
Anti-tank gun and crew now ready for action.
6-pounder deployed in the field, very nice. For the OKW player, we do have the N9 Hyde Bolton, as well as the Jaegerline Infantry Bolton, and also the Volksgrenadiers Bulletin, while the British players gone for their straight intersection bulletins. Has not selected the doctrine just yet. You see the Jaeger Infantry, I had a good chance that the OKW player did not have Scavenge as a ability, so he has probably a good idea what doctrine his opponent has gone for. Howdy, I just saw your comment. Welcome to the stream. We do now have the Universal Carrier advancing. Of course, we got the intersection decapturing the fuel sector, while the OKW players decapturing these northern sectors. But kind of we're heading down south, got some Shroom Pioneers, provide some cover. Jaeger Light Infantry advancing. Got some Brens being picked on up.
The capture point is being overrun.
Jaeger Light Infantry does fall back there.
Supply is looking a bit squiffy. Line's been cut.
Intersection and Burning Carrier push way forward. Now the intersection and sappers engaging the Volks. They just decided to decapture and fall back. Good idea. Volksgrenadiers moving over here. And the Shroom Pioneers slowly getting forced back by that Vickers. Burning Carrier advancing. Got the Jaeger Infantry moving its way forward. They fire on this Volksgrenadiers. And it looks like the Shroom Pioneers do manage to get suppressed there. Lag does use a high explosive round there. I think he should have done smoke barrage. Jaeger Infantry straight forward. Great hit there by the Lag. Jaeger Infantry does go ahead and get behind some good heavy cover. Jaeger Infantry getting a regular attack order. Does not get suppressed there. But Kenworth gets a good shot there.
Our capture point.
Shroom Pioneer could advance with a stun grenade. We do have the assault officer here. Goes Gammon onto the Jaeger Infantry. Will explode one of the guys. Does not get a stun grenade off. He has plenty of missions for it. And we've got the Kenworth for soft turning away. Jaeger Infantry now engaging the intersection down here.
We're losing a capture point. Our supply line's broken.
Sandbags now being destroyed. Bit of damage there on the intersection. Lag and Shroom Pioneers forward. We got a now an oversized imploding field. Looks like they did lose one of the Volksgrenadiers somewhere. Sorry, I missed that. Also got double Rens on that intersection.
The capture point is being overrun.
And Opus also being upgraded LMG 34s. Volksgrenadiers still do not have the STGs.
Your forces have constructed a company command post. The enemy cut our supply line.
Universal Carrier push way forward. Kenworth gets a good shot there. Kenworth blows roll miss there. Yeah, may see a bundle grenade here. Bundle grenade being tossed. That seems going to be pretty good. Pretty good dodge there. I thought it was going to explode really badly. Volksgrenadiers is getting some good damage on it. Another Jaeger Infantry push squad pushing along the flank. Shroom Pioneers push way forward. Officer may go down here. Officer does go down there.
One of our officers has fallen in battle. Enemy threatening a capture point.
What's next then?
Universal Carrier now getting repaired on up.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
We now got a Cromwell and a Panzer IV both being on the build queue. Very nice. The Panzer IV will definitely be better if it's really high armor rate.
Supply is looking a bit squiffy. Line's been cut.
We're ready for orders.
A capture point is being overrun.
Get it there onto the Jaeger light infantry. Possibly, but also not. He has 3 intersections with all the friends. All depends if he wants another, wants a source in order to bring in some artillery, perhaps. But not absolutely necessary.
Infantry firing at us. Cheeky buggers.
He could probably, if he wants to bring in some base
All
artillery,
infantry squads can have an additional infantryman.
does get the 5-man squad upgrade, does get some good suppression here. Brent's carrier may go down here. Section now engaging. And it looks like the Obersassen does recover from suppression. Does force back the intersection. 6-pounder does roll a miss there. Cromwell straight forward. Right now the British player has some manpower you can always invest in another officer, but I'm not really sure. Never really a big fan of the implementation of the officer for the Brits. Good bundle grenade there onto the Vickers, so it's forcing back. Looks like the Panzer IV is trying to force by the ground. Cromwell gets a good shot on the ground. Gets a miss there. And double miss there. Some pioneers are nearby to get some repairs, so is the sappers. At this point in time, the only time I think he will probably use the officer for is its various abilities, which may or may not be worth it. Another 600 could be a good way to deal with the Panzer IV, at least protect it. It's a little bit low in fuel, so I don't have to save up for a Cromwell, at least. OKW player does some more fuel income, and now he has a lot of additional assets he can perhaps utilize. For our close range combat squad, infiltration commandos probably be a little bit better. Pen from both sides, or at least pen from the British. We gotta work against a good hit there on the Cromwell. Yep, the intersections can also bring those in as well.
Capture point.
And plus provide excellent spotting while at it. Henceforth does get a bit of splash hit there. Got the Jaeger light infantry engaged from good heavy cover. Panzer IV takes some damage. If it can, does invest into a land mattress, that may not be half bad. Hope to displace the Vickenwerfer. And perhaps a like, but the Panzer IV will escape on out there, no problem. Jaeger light infantry does force back this intersection. We'll get some shots there. And we got the Vickers not getting hit by the Light barrage. And the Cromwell's going to push way forward to displace the Jaeger infantry. Doesn't hold fire there, so it does reveal himself. Here comes a Light barrage. Not Light barrage, land match barrage, but overall the OKW did largely avoid it. Only the retreating back squad got hit by it. Perfectly fine. Panzer IV will be back up and running relatively soon. Has already had enough health to be put back in combat. And keeping the Volksranger now unupgraded means he can go have a squad pick up those friends if they start dropping. 600 does roll a bounce there. Intersection takes some fire. Vickenwerfer gets hit there on the Cromwell. Good shot there on the intersection. 6-pounder sitting on up, trying to get another shot on in.
Trying to take a point from us.
Jaeger infantry does take a bit of splash hit there. Good hit there onto the Cromwell. 2 shots and it'll go down. We got the armor piercing rounds, so I'll take aim ability active. As for push way forward, 6-pounder not deployed. Gets a pen down the Panzer IV. Got another OKW Panzer I build queue. I think that's a good idea.
Army commander is ready to go.
Gets a bounce there.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
Panzer IV rotating up north, trying to hit that Bren carrier. Bren carrier taking severe damage. It may actually finally go down. Does get gunned down by the Pinto Mount. And everything's falling back away from these forces. missed there, or onto the 6-pounder. Destroys 6-pounder there, very nice.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Good pen there.
Shooting at us!
Good shot there on the infantry section. Panzer IV push way forward. Here comes another Landmaster's barrage.
The capture point is being overrun. We're losing a capture point.
Panzer IV push way forward. Cromwell can still take 2 hits and not go down for the moment. Gets a pen there, so right now Cromwell has a pen above. Push way forward, gets another pen there on the Panzer IV. Beckenendorf gets a good hit. Gets a bounce on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV rolls bounce. Beckenendorf scores the kill. And with that, looks like the OKW player does back of the game. The Sand Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.